the comments, Hakan?
Yes.
Okay, so the main comment was, the first one is, it was, both of them were too long, all right? So remember, you have to follow the instructions carefully, otherwise they will take marks off you.
But,
So remember
how to write the task 1.
Yeah, remember task 1 is always 150 words, okay? It is always 150 words. Now, unlike Mrs. Ha has told me about this, so unlike Vietnamese literature, okay, you don't get more marks for writing more.
Yeah, I know, but the writing I sent you, I don't know how to describe the task 1.
You don't know how to describe. You described it okay, but you just used
okay, but
too many
if
words.
I do like that, the words will get out 150, right? Yeah, I don't know how to make it
150.
shorter.
Very simple. I think it's easier to make it shorter than longer. Okay, so just do exactly what I've been talking about right now with the bar graph exercise. Okay, so remember, you just do one short paraphrase, remember, then the overview. Remember, you choose about 3 or 4 main points.
Yes.
And then you are just writing 2 paragraphs, okay, about the differences. So one thing I don't know if you noticed was the two graphs, okay, one of them was for flights going one way and the other one was for flights coming the other way.
Okay.
Did you notice that? This is why you have to read the titles very carefully.
Okay.
Okay, can I find it for you? I probably can't. Just try if I can find this for you. Okay, can you see it, Hakan?
Yes.
Okay, good. Okay, so remember the difference between these 2 graphs. One is Sydney to Melbourne. Okay, the other one is Melbourne to Sydney.
Well, you share the speaking, not my writing.
I shared the speaking, but this is the writing.
Yeah, when you mean, yeah, I mean that I see the speaking, the speaking you taught.
You can't see, can you see the graphs?
I see the speaking that you taught before, not my writing.
Oh, really?
I have
Okay.
sent you.
Okay, I'll try. Yeah, okay, sorry. I'll try again. Okay, can you see it now?
Yeah, I see it.
Okay, good. Okay, so remember, you have to look carefully at the difference between the 2 graphs. So one is Sydney to Melbourne, the other one is Melbourne to Sydney.
And I think the reason make it long because it's have a week 1 and 2.
Yeah, so there are many things to look at. So each one has week 1 and week 2. Okay.
Yes.
But the only thing you are looking at comparing, really, okay, you are comparing week 1 and week 2, okay, here, Sydney to Melbourne, and then you are comparing week 1 and week 2, Melbourne to Sydney. So this will be detail paragraph number 1, okay? This will be detail paragraph number 2.
Okay.
Okay, so for your overview, okay, just quickly, what is the main feature of these 2, week 1 and week 2?
Week 1 and week 2.
Yeah, the main feature is, I will tell you, you can see that on Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, same here. Okay, the prices are more expensive than Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. Okay, that is the same on both graphs, and it is the same going the other direction. So it is the same going Sydney to Melbourne, Melbourne to Sydney. They have the same pattern.
Oh.
Okay, so it is more expensive to fly at the weekend and close to the weekend than it is during the week.
Oh. Okay.
Okay, so that is the main point number one. Okay, more expensive to fly at the weekend, cheaper during the week. Okay, and point number two, okay, it is slightly cheaper to fly from Melbourne to Sydney than it is from Sydney to Melbourne. Okay, so looking at these peaks here, okay, where you pay the most money, all right, it is usually a little bit cheaper generally to fly this direction. So that is point number two. So that is really the two main points for your overview. For example, you can see on Monday, to go from Sydney to Melbourne costs $80, but to go from Melbourne to Sydney only costs $60. Okay, and the same in week two. Right. This one here, of course, you will notice is different. Okay, but mostly it is cheaper to go from Melbourne to Sydney than from Sydney to Melbourne. Does that make sense?
Yes.
So remember, for your overview, you are looking at general key features.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so they were the important things to take out of this. So when you look at a graph, remember, you have to look at what each axis measures. This is the x-axis, the y-axis. X-axis here, of course, is dollars. Okay, y-axis is days of the week, obviously. And so straight away, you can see on some days of the week, it's more expensive to fly than others. So does that make sense? All right. So the way where I have made it shorter is that I've just made your sentences a little bit simpler. Okay, so I've taken out some words. All right, so that is how to make it shorter. So again, this is where I say the KISS, keep it simple, comes in. So just describe very simply what you can see in front of you, because 150 words is not very many, as you know. Okay, so you paraphrase the title, you have your two key points, and then you just describe in a little bit more detail what is happening between each graph.
Yeah.
Okay, so then the next thing we come to here is task 2. Okay, so please remember to leave a space between each paragraph, even if your paragraph is only 1 or 2 sentences. Okay, so remember, you're going to need an introduction, okay, some detailed paragraphs, all right, and a conclusion. So you need to have spaces between all those.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so you can see what you've done here. Your English is okay. All right, you can see I haven't made very many corrections, but what I've done is just make it a bit simpler,
Okay.
to make it shorter.
So I need to try it simpler to
yes, just to make it simpler.
Use the word, right?
Yeah, remember, if you keep it simple and don't make many mistakes, then they can't take any mark off you.
Okay.
Okay, and also, again, it needs to be shorter.
Yeah, only 250, right?
Yeah, 250, that's correct. So it doesn't have to be exactly 250, but not much more.
Not much more, yeah. I know.
Yeah.
My writing was too much. More.
Yeah, and this must have taken you a long time as well to write this many words.
Yeah.
Yeah, yes. So it's easier to write less words, of course.
Okay.
Okay. So does this make sense? Do you have any questions?
No, thank you.
Okay. Okay, Hakan. All right. When is your exam?
You mean when I will have an IELTS?
Yes. Yes.
Well, I just know in December, I think.
December. Okay. So still another month or
In
so
the
to
last.
practice. Yeah. Okay. Still another month or so to practice. That's good. Okay. All right. So that's all. That's all I need to say to you.
Okay, thank you.
Okay. I'll see you next Sunday.
Okay, see you next Sunday. Bye.
Okay. Bye, Hakan. Bye.
Bye.
Okay, xin chào.